This is Sportscentre.
Hey, I'm Marissa Bruno. We start the show with some big news. The Edmonton Oilers have acquired Tristan Jarry and Sam Poulin from the Pittsburgh Penguins in exchange for Stuart Skinner, Brett Kulak, and a second-round pick in 2029. This is big for the Oilers, who finally addressed their concern between the pipes. Jarry has had quite a good season with the Penguins. He owns a 9-3-1 record, along with a .909 save percentage and a 2.66 goals against average. How exciting, the Oilers making a move like this? This could change everything. We are just 2 weeks out from Boxing Day, also known as the start of the World Juniors. And with Team Canada taking the ice tomorrow for their first practice, what should our expectations be for them heading into the tournament? Now, it's no secret that Canadians will be hungry for a gold medal, since they haven't won one since 2023. And while that's not a long time for maybe any other country, that's a big deal for the Canadians, especially with how poorly last year's tournament went. That 2025 team will be remembered for a few things, including a tough loss to Latvia in the preliminary round, and of course their early exit in the quarterfinals to the Czechs. But let's not forget about the talent they left at home, as some huge names like Michael Misa and Zane Parekh didn't make the team. It is a different story this time around though, as both Misa and Parekh are on Canada's preliminary roster. And with them, plus some high-end returning talent, Team Canada comes into the tournament as slight favorites. But for all the expectations that Canadians might have, all they will be remembered for are the results. And for the Canadians to get the results they're looking for, they're going to need someone to step up and play like a star, which is something they just didn't have last year, as no player scored more than 3 points in the tournament. But this time around, could it be Gavin McKenna? Sure, it was a slower tournament last year, but we've seen some players take huge jumps in their second tournament. Just look at Connor Bedard, for instance, who scored 15 more points in 2023 than he did in 2022. And with McKenna expected to be this year's first overall pick, maybe we'll get to see a show. We know we can't wait for the World Juniors to start, and if you're like us, you won't want to miss any of the action. Full coverage of the World Juniors begins on Boxing Day right here on TSN. Week 15 kicked off with a massive upset in the NFL, as the Falcons took down the Bucs in Tampa Bay. There's plenty more action this weekend, but we thought we'd tee you up with one of the biggest games of the year on Sunday. The Patriots and the Bills. And a win for either team will be very important to see how this division shakes out. If the Patriots beat the Bills, they'll clinch the AFC East, which would be the first division title for the Pats in the post-Brady era. For Buffalo, they'd have to win out and need the Patriots to drop 2 of their final 3 games. We know Josh Allen hasn't played at the same level that he did during his MVP campaign last year, but he's still been great. And last week against Cincinnati, he looked back to his usual self. Allen threw for 251 yards and 3 touchdowns, while also having 78 yards on the ground with a rushing touchdown. And it truly feels like every week we're talking about a new crazy Josh Allen stat. And last week was no different. Allen became the first player in NFL history to record a passing and rushing touchdown in 50 games. We are certain he'll add something to his resume on Sunday as well. But speaking of MVP caliber quarterbacks, the guy on the other side of the matchup has heard some chatter. Our friends at FanDuel currently have Drake May at number 2 just behind Matthew Stafford for regular season MVP. May hasn't just been impressive, he's been dominant. And among the 34 qualified quarterbacks, May ranks first in completion percentage and sits second in pass yards per game and in passer rating. His rise has no doubt helped the Patriots, who are riding a 10-game win streak into Week 15. We expect a close one in Foxborough, in what will no doubt be a great game between division rivals. You can catch the Bills and Patriots on CTV Sunday. Coverage begins at 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Central. I know we're all curious to see how Canada does on home soil in June, but another story we've got our eye on are reigning champions Argentina and star Lionel Messi in what could be his final outing. Let's break it down in Advice for Victory presented by TD. In Qatar back in 2022, there were people questioning whether or not Messi still had it in him. And after dropping the first game, he and Argentina never looked back. Messi finished the tournament with 7 goals and 3 assists, and after winning it all, it felt like Messi's swan song. Heading into 2026, we still don't actually know if Messi will play, but recently he alluded to the fact that he may not be finished. We're going to try not to read into that too much, but we would like to remain optimistic that the best to ever do it would like to play one more time on the big stage. And if this does happen to be the final run for Messi, it would be a very fitting goodbye for the 8-time Ballon d'Or winner. And if there is someone that could win the tournament back-to-back, it would be Messi. And I'm sure everybody watching hopes he'll be there. Well, maybe aside from hardcore Ronaldo stands, because, you know, the pseudo beef. I love it. That's it for today. We'll see you back here Monday. Have an amazing weekend.